How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're fine. Hopefully you're blessed, safe, staying out the way. Um, I'm back at you again with another video. It is out of Dark Dawn. Um, Today I want to talk about knowing who you are, your purpose. I know we hear that a lot. What's your purpose? Find your purpose. Live in your purpose. It's not always so easy to do, you know, knowing who you are, sitting with yourself when even when it's uncomfortable, right? Um, but the question that everybody asks or has a hard time, um, they have a hard time really coming up with the answer is who are you? Who are you? Like, who are you really? Do you know who you are? That's the real question. Who are you? And don't say your name. That's what most people, you ask them, who are you? They're going to tell you their name. They're going to give you some smart ass answer like, my name is Brittany Thomas. No, 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 smart ass. I'm not asking what your name is. Who are you? But then you gotta forgive people because most people don't think that deep. Or they don't think that not knowing who you are really affects you. But it affects every aspect of your life. And it affects the way that you carry yourself, how people perceive you, the way that people respect you, or the way people don't respect you. If you don't know who you are, you probably don't love who you are, probably don't care to know who you are or love who you are. And that right there is the internal storm inside of your head. The reason why um, you're always just putting out such bad energy. Or if it's not you, you're noticing whenever you come across a miserable person, it's usually because they can't sit with themselves because they hate themselves. So the question, who are you, right? It's a hard one because when you come across somebody who doesn't know who they are and they don't care to know, they live through other sources, virtual, you know, they live through something virtual like um, movies, games, um, other people's life on social media, TikTok. They'll just live through other people. It's never them. They never live as themselves. They always escape. And when you do that for so long, when it comes down to judgment day, right? When it comes to time for you to sit with yourself, you have a hard time really taking accountability for the things that you do, say, um, way that you live, um, the way that you think, the way that you carry yourself. You may just make it seem like it's everyone else's fault that you are the way you are. It's never you. When you know who you are aware. That means you're aware of what you do, how you speak, how you treat people, how you treat yourself first. When you say fuck everything and I don't care who I am, I don't love myself, um, I'm not saying that just because you don't love yourself. I'm not saying it's your fault that you don't love yourself. I'm saying whatever mental problems you're going through, you should really take time to heal that. And it's really easier said than done. A lot of people are checking out. They don't want to be here anymore. It's understandable. But when you are projecting on to people and and messing up their day with your misery and your negativity, even people that care about you and love you, or friends that and associates that you may call, um, maybe you may see them as friends or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an enemy that you're spewing hate or negativity onto. It doesn't have to be any of that. It doesn't have to be your wife, your sister. It doesn't have to be your brother, your cousin. You just spewing the hate all over the place. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an enemy. You're just spewing hate onto everybody, which could push people that you love away from you, because when you just hate yourself, everything starts from you. So when you hate yourself, hate, that's all that's going to start running through your head. Hate. Eventually it's going to spew out into the world, and the vibes that you're going to give off is hate. And you know you are the source. If you don't know who you are, and you don't know why you do what you do and say what you say, you don't think that anything's wrong. So you're just going to keep on um, just carrying on, doing whatever. You don't know how your life could end up if you don't know who you are. You don't know the people that you may start to hang around if you don't know who you are. You don't know where life may just blow you. You just blow in the wind. If you don't know who you are, you don't respect yourself. Um, and it's only right that you don't have respect for other people. I'm not saying that you have to care for them. You don't have to love everybody out here. You don't have to be everybody's friend. But even I know, just move with respect, because respect is going to open doors for you and allow people to treat you with respect. Carry yourself so highly when you can sit with yourself and be accountable for what your all of your decisions that you're making. Because it's nobody's task but yours to fix yourself. Just know that. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of people who don't know who they are. So all of these outer, um, everything on the outside influences them. Celebrities and virtuals and movies and all of that other stuff. Just living through other things. You have to remember that you exist until you pass away. You exist, and um, it's just sad. It's just sad when you don't know who you are, and it's not easy. And I'm not saying that everybody should just love who they are. It's so beautiful being you. Sometimes it sucks being you. You got dealt a bad hand. You might not be the most attractive. You just got a shitty hand dealt to you, right? But you can turn things around, and stop blaming everybody else for your decisions and your energy and whatever you're putting out. Stop blaming everybody else and just start working on yourself one by one. Um, and it's going to be people that'll just hear that and they'll just be like, yeah, whatever. Instead of listening to something like that, they take me as I'm putting myself on some pedestal or whatever. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm doing everything right, but I know I'm not out here randomly disrespecting people. I can't help who I offend. Offend, offending somebody and disrespecting somebody to me is different. I can't help if my presence offends you. I can't help what I say out of my mouth, that I just directly disrespect somebody. So to me, disrespect is just like, boom, you just do something to somebody. Offending somebody, you could just walk into a room and you just offending everybody. I can't help that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. You can't be liked by everybody because the same people that are offended by you for being who you are, it's going to be another group of people who I call your tribe. You're going to attract them to love you. So you might as well just be yourself, because if you impress the people that hate you, then the people that your tribe that you're supposed to attract, they're not going to like you for not being who you are, because I, just be who you are. I know it's hard, but well, it's even harder when you don't know who you are. So it's a lifelong journey. Nobody truly knows who they are. A lot of times, we're always growing. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just know that once you start doing the inner work, everything on the out, it starts to make sense. It starts to come together. But you can't go blaming everybody else for your problems, living through other people, because all you're doing is running. And in the end of the day, we always end up alone. No matter where we go or who we try to hang out with, all we have is us. So we might as well take care of us and go on that own self journey of us, just knowing who we are. Sounds corny, but it's very real. Mental health is a real thing. Um, Self hate is a real thing. Um, People do project how they feel onto others without even knowing it. And yeah, you just don't want to go everywhere getting a rise out of everybody just because you're just spewing hate. Just walk into love. Love is the way. Start with loving yourself. But yeah, most people don't know how to love themselves because they don't want to love themselves. They don't care. They hate themselves. Completely understandable too, because everybody lives a different life, and mental health is real. I'll just pray for you, and yeah, I'm not saying that I fully love myself. I gotta. I'm talking to myself through this video. I'm not somebody who is unaware. I'm very aware of who I am, but I'm not perfect, and I don't always have sunny days. Most of my days are not sunny, you know. Um, so I'm talking to myself through this video too. I'm not perfect at all, um, but we can do this together. We all have to go on that self journey to really find out who we are. And it's not for everybody. So I understand if you just be like, ah, fuck out all of this. I don't want to do that. It's too much for me. Completely understandable. Completely understandable. But y'all stay safe, stay blessed, take care of yourself. It is I, the Dark Dawn, and yeah, stay true to you, love yourself, you know, take care of yourself, and yeah, you got this one day at a time. Peace.